All right, starting to see a little sunset behind me on our America's Mattress live tower cam. I love bringing you a view of the Grand Valley, but once we start to jump forward an hour, fall back an hour, you're going to start to see a little bit more night skies on these tower cams for at least a little while. 57 degrees, sunny skies right now, not too much humidity, not too much winds, and I think you know the deal by now. Calm, pretty plain outside in those earlier sunsets. 6:15 tonight, you're already seeing the first results of that. 62 degrees was our high for the day. It's 2 degrees above our average, and 31 degrees was our low this morning. Still below freezing, just barely though. I don't think we're going to stick around with those chillier overnight lows. So what you see earlier this morning on our map right here, it was 16 over in Gunnison, 29 in Montrose. It was definitely colder than that in Paonia. It was definitely colder than 36. Sensors mess up sometimes. 24 in Battlement Mesa. Point is, those chillier overnight lows are going to start to go away. We're warming up over these next few days here, including for Halloween. The high temps today, hanging out in those low to mid 60s, 64 in Delta, 62 in Nucla, 61 over in Gunnison. Clear skies, get used to them, with the one exception actually coming up tonight. You're going to see a little bit of clouds move in here, but closer to midnight. 57 degrees, clear skies, not too much humidity at the moment. And those current conditions, right, we talked about them, start to go down a little bit as we see the sun go away. 57 here in Grand Junction and in Montrose, in those low 60s, a little bit towards our south. I want to point that out because we still have just a little bit of snow up towards Powderhorn and the Grand Mesa, right, hanging out on the ground. But overall, our daytime highs, they're starting to melt what little that remains and getting a lot warmer over the next few days. I expect to see that snow kind of dissipate, right? Our October's highs that we've seen this month, it was pretty much split between above and below average. Today we're going to be adding one more to the above average count, but 15 to 14 above the below. So you can take that in two ways. Personally, I'd say it was a really back and forth month overall between much too warm and much too cold. Our futurecast is going to show us kind of stabilizing a little bit more, but going much towards the warm as we head into November and close out October. Got all this dry air coming down from the northwest, and down here it's this zone of high pressure. It's going to get a lot closer towards us as we move into the first week of November. And as we get closer towards the center of that high pressure, you're going to see warmer temperatures because you have more of that air being pushed down from the sky, and that air warms up as it goes further down into the atmosphere. And what that means for you is that we're going to start getting in the upper 60s. Not quite though. You're not going to see that in our futurecast because it's only a day or two out. Thursday at 11 p.m., hang out in those mid-40s and upper 30s, and those clouds start to move into the area. So our low and early morning high is going to be a little bit warmer, a degree or two warmer than we saw the day before. And then that warmer air is going to start to move a little bit as you hit into Friday morning. Halloween overall, those clouds aren't going to stick around on the day once you start to get into the early afternoon. Look here, 2 p.m., 62 degrees, mostly clear skies, getting to above average overall in the day despite a relatively chilly morning. 7 p.m., 55 degrees, so you're going to start to cool down a little bit, of course, once that sunset comes in. And remember, one more hour of sleep on Sunday. Make sure to set those clocks. And look at these. These sunrise times are going to take a huge jump to 6:43 a.m. on November 2nd. So much sunnier morning and, much darker evening here. Look at this. Sunday, 68 degrees is going to be your high and 43 degrees overnight. Well above average, about 10 degrees above average as we get into early next week. And those temperatures hang around through Tuesday. Then we are expecting to see a little bit of a brief cool in the midweek. 59 degrees tomorrow in Montrose on Halloween, 33, and then 59 on Saturday, getting to mid-60s early next week.